Hey you guys, what's up? It's Rockerdos54 here, and welcome to my horror pack unboxing for the month of May 2024. So let's just get right into it. I don't even know at all what some of these titles are going to be, because usually like HorrorPack sends like an email about with a couple hints like, oh, this is a movie from this distributor, from this director, or has this actor in it. Or has like this theme, and either they didn't send one or I didn't pay close enough attention. But anyway, the first one in here, because this is one I already have, unfortunately, but this is a really good movie. You know, this is one of those ones that, actually, I don't even, because I'm looking at it right here, because I think the Canadian Blu-ray of this may not have even had any special features, but this one has a few, so I'm going to have to check, because this is an American copy, but I have the Canadian Blu-ray of this. But this is a pretty good movie. It's a Willy's Wonderland, which has Nick Cage in it, and it's a very interesting movie, because the thing is, Nick Cage's character in this movie doesn't speak a word of dialogue. He is completely silent throughout the entire thing. And yeah, this is basically like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of ripoff, like kind of the same idea. Basically what it happens is like Nick Cage, his car breaks down in this in the middle of nowhere, and this guy comes and like offers to help him and like fixes up his car, and he goes to pay him, but I think the mechanic says, oh, we don't take cards here, and he doesn't have cash on him, so he's like, you can work it off, and basically Nick Cage has to be this janitor for like a rundown like Chuck E. Cheese type place, but then the animatronics are coming to life and trying to kill him. It's basically a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff, but this is much better than the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was alright, but they kind of focused on Mike's story a little too much, not enough animatronics. This was pretty good though. I quite enjoyed this, so I definitely recommend this one for sure. Next one in here I have not heard of, but it looks really familiar. I think it has, yeah, that's Tony Todd right there. I don't know. I don't think I've heard of this, but it looks really, really familiar. But it's this one called Stoker Hills. It says, in the secluded town of Stoker Hills, 3 college students find themselves in their worst nightmare when they set out to film a horror movie and are kidnapped by a serial killer. Their only hope for survival is the camera they left behind and the 2 detectives looking for clues in the footage. That plot also sounds pretty familiar, but I don't think I've heard of it. But it's a pretty cool cover though. Yes, it says it has Tony Todd in it because he's on the back here. I don't think anyone else I know is in this, but yeah, hopefully that one will be pretty good. Next one in here, which is the HorrorPack exclusive. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Oh, that is funny. Okay, so I actually don't even think I knew this was... No, I did know, now that I look at it. I did not think we would be getting this quickly. The HorrorPack exclusive this time around is this one called Sequel, Cruel Summer 2, because the exclusive for, I don't know if it was last month, I think it may have been last month's exclusive, was Cruel Summer, the first one, which was absolutely horrible. It was like, oh my god, it was so bad. It was kind of funny to watch, but oh boy, was it a bad movie. And I heard that they made a sequel to it. I did not think we were going to be getting it in the HorrorPack this quickly, if anything. Yeah, so I'm going to be interested to see how this sequel turns out to be, but it says on the back, the mayhem and blood flows in the next chapter of the retro throwback that is the Cruel Summer saga. Heeding the advice of medical professionals, the traumatized survivors of a deadly vacation house massacre try to confront their own personal demons by organizing a stage production of their harrowing experience. But a familiar face is back for revenge and determined to make sure these unsuspecting actors' stories fade to black before their time. I think this was from last year. I'm not too sure, but it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully it'll be better than the first one. I did not think we were going to be getting this one that fast, if anything. Last one in here. Oh, this is a Scream Factory. That's awesome. This is a IFC Midnight title through Scream Factory. It looks like there's no special features on here, but this cover is really, really cool. I don't think there's anybody that I know that is in this. It doesn't look like it, but that's awesome that there's a Scream Factory in here. Every so often there are Scream Factories, so that's awesome that this is in here. But it's this one called The Devil's Dolls, It says on the back, a serial killer's curse unleashes a season of slaughter in the backwoods of Mississippi. According to an ancient Guatemalan tradition, parents teach their children to soothe their fears by giving them handmade worry dolls just before bedtime. But when several of these talismans, which once belonged to a notorious mass murderer, find their way into the hands of unsuspecting residents of a small southern town, it sets off a grisly wave of bloodshed. The latest from Rites of Spring director Padraig Reynolds is a voodoo slasher shocker bursting with scarily inventive kills. That has me excited to check this out now, because I always love some inventive kills. It says, and the director's name sounds a little bit familiar. It says, the quote on the front says, delightfully bloody and often ultraviolet, really delivers the goods. So I'm really excited for this. It says, the quote on the back says, mixes old school voodoo with the tropes of classic 80s slashers with a 4-star rating. So I'm excited for this one. This one seems like it's going to be a really good time. I hope that it is. Yeah, seems like it's going to be a pretty decent pack this time around. So, yeah, I really definitely am excited to check out the Devil's Dolls, and Cruel Summer 2 I hope is better than the first one. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for this video, you guys. Subscribe for more content. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and remember, you guys, whenever beating the shit out of animatronics, say no to drugs.